Why is motivation so important? Now that might seem like a silly question, but I have a good reason for asking. Most people can tell you what their motivations are, whether it be their kids, a better financial situation, or maybe just self-improvement. However, motivation can be more than just a reason or reasons for doing or achieving something. The different aspects of motivation that I want to talk about today include vibration, attraction, and energy. These three elements are important to consider if you really want to motivate yourself to achieve a goal. Now, the quality of your thoughts can have such a huge impact on your life that I wanted to take time to put some things into perspective in the hope that someone out there can take this information and use it to improve their lives as I have done and continue to do in my own life. Now, be sure to watch to the end because there's a bonus tip that I use every day to keep my motivations fresh in my mind and to help me focus my energy on obtaining my goals faster. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel and leave a comment below if you found any value in this video, or if you have any thoughts or advice to share. I wanted to talk to you guys today about motivation. What is motivation and why is it important? Motivation is when you make yourself do something that sometimes you just don't want to do. You don't have the drive to do it. That's when you motivate yourself to just keep doing it. Push forward, push past that moment of I don't want to do this into the action of doing it. Because once you start doing something, especially if you know you want to do it even though you don't feel like doing it, you will begin to enjoy the act of doing that thing. A good example of this is exercise and working out. I work out daily out here in my gym. Recently, I haven't wanted to go out there and actually start putting these weights in the air. One of the reasons for this is that I'm 40 years old. And it can be tough sometimes to motivate myself to go put my body through that, knowing that it's going to cause me pain that didn't feel as good as it did 10, 20 years ago. But what happens is I go out there, I go through my quick little warm up, getting my joints moved around so I can actually get into the mode of lifting up heavy weights, do a quick little jump rope routine and get my heart rate up. Then I'm ready. I haven't even lifted the weights yet, and I'm just ready. My blood's pumping, my music's playing, my body's warmed up, my joints are warmed up, my muscles are warmed up, and all of a sudden I'm ready for the workout. And there isn't a single time that I have gone into that with less motivation than I wanted to have, and then ended up finishing the workout with that same frame of mind as I went into it. And to put that in simple terms, meaning every time I force myself, every time I motivate myself to go through the motions, by the time I'm done, I feel good about that decision to motivate myself to go through the motions. Every single time. There's not one time that I said, you know what, I know I gotta do this, I don't want to do it, I'd rather just do something else more constructive with my time or less constructive with my time depending on who you are, then went and did it and then was like, oh, I wish I wouldn't have done that. Not once, not a single time. It's always something that I'm grateful that I did. Now I want to talk about routine. What is a routine? A routine is the set schedule that you have of the way your day is going to play out. You know, it could be a daily, of course you can have a daily routine, a weekly routine, a monthly routine, a yearly routine. I suggest you focus on a daily routine. There are too many people in this life that are just floating. You know they're floaters. You might know them personally, or you can just see them out in public and know that they don't have a routine. Now I'm a stickler for routine. Like I have a slight case of OCD. Yes, I know that's an oxymoron. I go through the motions more than other people per se do. Like I have a certain way that I want my money facing in my wallet. I have a certain, you know, I want my house to be clean. I want my clothes to be clean and wrinkle free. I want my daughter to be healthy and I want her bed to be made every day because I make my bed every day. You know, there's certain things that I go that some might consider extremes, not necessarily OCD. That terminology is thrown out there a lot nowadays when it's not actually the case. Back in the day, the show Monk, he had an extreme case of OCD. But anyway, I digress. Routines. Why are they important? Well, like I mentioned, if you don't have a routine that you're following, you're floating. You're floating through life. You might have a general aim, but you know, if you've ever been in any sports or hunting or whatever, general aim doesn't get you your goal. You know, that general aim isn't the way to achieve your goals. The way we achieve our goals is through a specific aim. Aiming towards a goal with a set way of obtaining that goal. Even if you don't have a set goal right this moment, get you a routine. Get in that mode of going through the motions every day. Now, I'm not telling you to make it boring. Add things to your routine that are going to improve you. They're going to make you be a better person. Me personally, my daily routine, I wake up at a certain time. I go to bed at a certain time, but I wake up at a certain time. When I first wake up, I know that the first 20 minutes that I'm awake are going to set the pace of the day. the pace of my attitude, the pace of my outlook, the pace of my vibration and my frequency that I'm putting out to the universe is going to be set right there in that first 20 minutes. For instance, if my dog has an accident and she potties on the floor, if I wake up and I let that absolutely push me into a negative attitude, I'm dooming myself to have to struggle to get back into the positive. And it could be a lot harder the more I stay in that. So I suggest doing something that'll push you to be a better person. Affirmations is an excellent way to start your day. Motivational speeches, excellent way to start your day. Writing down things that you're grateful for, having a gratitude list that you go and mark down the things you're grateful for first thing when you wake up, excellent way to start your day. A mixture of all of these, even better. To want to do better, you have to be better. You have to push, you have to set your goals higher. Don't set your goals so high that you put yourself in a frame of mind that I can't even achieve that, because that's being counterproductive. That's being counterintuitive to the process. You want to set your goals so high that you know that you can achieve them, but more importantly, you know that you will achieve them. They are achievable, and you can do it because you're you and you know what you're capable of. We're vibrating. Everything is vibration. We know scientifically speaking that everything is in motion. Well, we also know that everything is vibrating. You're vibrating. The earth is vibrating. This table right here, this microphone, it's vibrating. Everything vibrates at a frequency. And the point is you're vibrating. But what vibration are you putting out? How are you vibrating? Are you vibrating with a negative frequency, or are you vibrating with a positive frequency that is conducive to bringing positive things back to you? Some of you are familiar with The Secret, and The Secret is the law of attraction. The law of attraction says whatever you're putting out is what you're attracting back to you. If you're not familiar with this, I suggest you get familiar with this because it is absolutely true. I'm going by what I've witnessed myself. What are your thought patterns? How do you think? How do you see the world around you? This is important. It's very important. Because if you see everything in a negative light, guess what you're bringing back to you? Negativity. If you can at all trick your mind into being more positive, you will start to experience more positive things. And that in turn will start to make you more positive. I did this myself. I used to be a very negative person. I used to have a lot of reasons for being a negative person, a lot of justified reasons for being a negative person. But what I had to do is I had to notice that this was not the way I wanted to live my life. Because I was fortunate enough to see The Secret years ago and learn the example from that video that, you get up in the morning and you stub your toe on a bedpost. Well, all of a sudden now you have a negative thought. Obviously you cause yourself some pain by being clumsy. That kind of pushes you in a negative direction. A few minutes later, you're brushing your teeth and you spill some toothpaste on you. You get some toothpaste on your work clothes that you now got to change, and that's going to cause you in turn to be late. And then you're late leaving the house for work, and then you're driving down the road, and all of a sudden you catch red light after red light after red light, and now you're even more late. Guess what? You're doing this to yourself. Now that might sound a little crazy, but it's true. And the reason I know it's true is because I started applying these things in my life. Like I started realizing that when I stub my toes, so to speak, that I have a set amount of time that I can catch myself. I can feel the initial anger, but do I let that anger turn into rage, or do I catch myself, laugh it off through the pain, laugh it off, and move about my day? Because now, when I catch myself, it isn't too long that my day is completely different than what I know it would have been, because I've experienced it. And we all know that person that is negative no matter what, and they just seem to bring destruction upon themselves. They are. That's what's happening. The universe gives you what you ask for, and we're always asking for things. You might not be aware of it, but whatever it is you're thinking about, you're asking the universe to bestow that upon you. So guard your thoughts carefully, because if you're not guarding your thoughts, then you're on autopilot. And when you're cruising around on autopilot, you are bringing into your life what your mind is putting out there. You go into the grocery store and you see somebody who looks like they need a bath, and you're just like, oh, how could they be like that? Why? It's not. First off, it's not your business. Yeah, even if they stink so much that you are in their vicinity and you have to smell it, so what? That time's gonna pass real briefly. You wanna go back out in your car and get in your car with the air freshener and be back to smelling good. Don't let a single negative thought permeate your mind to where it affects you and your life and what's going on and what you're attracting to you. I'd go so far as to think positive thoughts when most people would want to think negatively about something. And then this has changed my attitude and my perception, because that's what it's all about. It's about how we perceive things. If you want to perceive things in a negative light, well, guess what? Then your thoughts are going to be negative. And then when your thoughts are negative, that's what you put out to the world as negativity. And when you put out negativity, the universe says, okay, here you go. Here's some negative stuff for you. This is how the world works. If you don't know this yet, please take my words and understand that you can live a better life by changing your perception, by changing your thought patterns, by changing the frequency of which you vibrate at and which your thoughts vibrate at, and putting out into the universe positive vibes and reaping back the same positive. The bonus for today is an app called Manifest. Along with meditation, the Manifest app is an important part of my daily routine. The main reason for this is that it keeps my goals and my affirmations in the forefront of my mind by giving me added structure to my routine. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but today's world has become so fast-paced that it's easy to get caught up in your day. By using the Manifest app, I can set a reminder for a specific time in the morning and evening that I want to be reminded to practice as part of my routine. Now, I've been using the app for so long that I no longer need to rely on the reminder notification, but it did come in handy in the beginning. The app has a 4.6 rating in the Google Play Store with over 500,000 downloads. It has multiple useful elements such as an affirmation section that allows you to list your affirmations, but also offers some affirmation examples to help get you started. There's also a vision board section in which you can make yourself a digital vision board within the app by uploading pics and attaching affirmations to them as well. Additionally, there is a section for learning more about the different elements of the law of attraction that I find myself reading through occasionally, even with years of experience that I have studying the subject. The final and best element that I want to point out about the Manifest app is its progress tracker, which keeps track of the amount of days in which you use the app, keeping you accountable by resetting you back to day 1 if you stop using the app daily. There are 3 goals on the tracker. The first goal is a 21-day building a habit goal. The second goal is a 91-day making it part of your lifestyle goal. And the third goal is a 365-day keeping it real for a year goal. This app is simple yet amazing, and I definitely recommend the Manifest app if you're looking to improve yourself in any way. Even if you know very little about the law of attraction, this app is simple enough to incorporate it into your daily routine. And if you're looking to learn more about this philosophy and its different elements involved in the law of attraction, subscribe to my channel, as I'm going to be diving deeper into the topic in later videos. You can find a link to the Manifest app in the description below. If you have any questions about the app or anything else discussed in my video, feel free to reach out to me by leaving a comment, and I'll do my best to guide you in the right direction. As always, thanks for watching, and may your day be filled with love and abundance.